Hello, dividend executives. Welcome back. We have a lot of news today. We had some announcements. First and foremost, we had Roundhill come out and they announced that on September 10th, they were going to be dropping RDTE. Let me pull it up here. The tweet from Roundhill themselves right here. So the small cap 0DT cover call ETF RDTE is scheduled to launch for trading on Tuesday, September 10th. So this is huge. We talked about it a little bit in yesterday's video. We've been talking about it over the last couple of weeks. Now we have an official final date from today, about 5 days away. So this is next Tuesday. And you know that we are going to be adding a nice position to this. We'll probably start with 2,500 and scale in from there. But the real question will be, what will the stock price be when it comes out? What will the payout be per week? Will it fall in line with XDTE and QDTE? And how much should we size into the position? So that's the first news for today. We'll jump in a little bit of the numbers and maybe a little bit of forecasting. But another news, YieldMax announced their monthly distributions today. Some of the big ones that we own, MSTY, 100%, CONY, 91%, and we used to own SQY at 81%. We do not any longer. This is a list. If you want to go and see the entire list here, this is the place to find it. But you know me, I had to put it in the spreadsheet, and let's compare last month to this month and see how we are stacking up. So let me pull it up here. We're going to come into right here. So what I did is I just threw this all in the spreadsheet. I grabbed last month, I grabbed this month. And if you need a copy of this picture, I did post it on my Twitter, so you can grab it there. But let's take a look. So TSLY is down 14 cents. From 97 cents last month to 82 cents this month. Another one I own, NVDY, is up 10 cents from $1.25 a share last month to $1.35. So that means that on TSLY, I'll be getting paid around $32.74. On NVDY, I'll be getting paid around $93.48 for the month. The next one, CONY, up 3 cents from $1.01 to $1.04. That will pay me about $75. Last one here is MSTY, one that we just added recently. Paid $1.94 last month. This month it is paying $1.85, so down 8.5 cents. But that is going to be paying me 64 cents. So on deck from YieldMax, I'm going to be getting paid roughly $266 this month in passive dividend income, not including YieldMax. Obviously, that comes out at the end of the month. And then Roundhill is going to be paying me roughly $332 based on the payments that we ran off the 33 cents and the 31 cents from this week. If that were to repeat 4 times over, that's $600 just from those two companies coming in. One thing I did want to jump into a little bit. So on the RDT spectrum, right? So if we're looking at what's our average? Our average so far from QDT, from the data I pulled this morning, is 32 cents. Our average on XDT is 24 cents. If we take the two, simple math, we got the 28 cents. So at 28 cents, what are we going to be looking at for share price? So if we get 28 cents a week, that's pretty nice in terms of dividend and drip. Cannot complain at all about that. But the real question will be, how much will the share price be? Well, if we take a look at XDTE and RDTE, right? And if we just pull up this portion right here. Right now, QDT's price is $40.97. XDT's price is $51.05. At inception, XDT came out at $52, so pretty close to a share price. QDTE came out at $46, so it's fallen significantly from there. But what does that tell us? RDTE is probably, I could be wrong here, but they're probably going to come out in the range between that $45 and $55 mark. I have noticed that these ones that have some NAV erosion, they like to price the stocks at a little bit higher, so it gives it more downfall in terms of NAV. So as they pay out dividends and as the stock has NAV erosion, then they have further to go down. Whereas if they came out with a $20 stock and it comes down $10, now we are into the penny stock category, and then they're doing reverse splits like all these other stocks have done. Not to say that reverse splits are a bad thing, but I think that's why they're pricing these a little bit higher. It gives them a little bit more runway, maybe a year or two, if there is significant NAV erosion. then they do give themselves some runway there. So that's the big news for this week. We have some massive payouts coming. I'll jump back to this so you can see that if you need to screenshot it. These are the payouts that are coming for YieldMax. Massive paychecks coming for those. And our averages are looking good for QDTE and XDTE. Excited for RDTE. You know I'm going to be buying it here on this channel. Again, probably going to be starting with 2,500, and then I'll scale into it from there. But I'm excited to see a new fund come out. I'm excited to get a little bit exposure into the Russell 2000 and to continue diversifying. Now I do have IWMY and that plays on the Russell 2000. I probably will be liquidating that position and moving it all into RDTE. The reason why, I just got paid on IWMY. I've been trying to consolidate a lot of my positions, and I don't need double exposure to the same index. I like the compounding of the weekly, as we've seen. When we pull up this account this spreadsheet, you can see the drip effect, right? When you start getting some massive share counts, the drip really gets crazy. And you could see the drip. I mean, this is on 1,250 shares. Let's bring it back down to like a regular mark. Let me pull this up just so I could show you this drip compound effect, right? So if we go into, let's just do 250 shares. What are we talking? 10 grand. So 250 shares, $10,000, very doable. You put that drip on, and this is at the 33 cent, which is what was just paid. And we're talking 2 shares a week. So every month you're buying yourself 8 shares. We could see something similar with RDT. Again, it all depends on the drip calculation. It all depends on what the share price is. Obviously, if the share price is less, you're going to get more drip because it costs less to buy the shares. But this is why we want to get the compound working for us. This is why, I mean, just as we continue to reinvest, the share count continues to go up, the payout continues to go up. You can see from week 1, we're at $82, down to, let's go to week 52, we're at $124, and we drip from 2 shares to 3 shares a week, moving in 1 year from 252 shares to 379. That's the power of what we're doing. That's why we want it. That's why we're interested in these weekly compounding funds, and that's why we will be adding to our RDT position when it comes out next Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. Just wanted to throw the updates out there. Big moves today, big dividend announcements, and I love seeing all this movement in this space as we continue to grow our passive dividend income each and every single month. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like. Happy investing, and we'll catch you next time.